What do you think about this sequence? What is the next element? Is it 8? Think about it and please keep on watching this video to check your answer. Hello everyone, welcome back to Dona's Academy. Alright, so what did you think about this sequence? What is the next number? Is it 8? The thing is, the next element is not necessarily 8. It can be 8 if you recognize the most common pattern or the general formula. What is the most common pattern here? It is nothing but the even numbered sequence. In that case, the next element is 8. So if I denote these elements by, let's say if this is my x1, this is my x2, this is x3, and this is x4, and so on, then the general element can be written as xn equals 2 times n. Here n is the index, here they are index, and it is the natural number sequence. So n is going from 1 to 3. So if you recognize this general term, then that's true. Next term is 8 because x4 is 2 times 4, which is 8. But the thing is, this is not the only possibility. This is not the only possible general term we can have, so that the first 3 terms are 2, 4, 6. We can have so many other possibilities. So let me explain one example. So how about if we take xn equals 2n plus n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3. Here again n is natural. In that case, what can we say about x1, x2, and x3? My x1 is, let's calculate. We have to plug in 1 for n. First I have 2 times 1, which is 2, plus here I get 1 minus 1, 0, times negative 1 times negative 2. Right? Because of this 0, this whole term will be 0. This thing will be 0. So in that case, what we get is just 2. Alright, so x1 is okay. How about x2? Is it still, does it still give you 4? Let's check. 2 times 4. Oh, wait, sorry. 2 times 2, right? 2 times 2. And then I have to plug in 2 here. 2 minus 1 is 1. And then 0. And then negative 1. Because of this 0, again, I get 0 here. And the final answer is 4. Alright, that is done. How about x3? So I get 2 times 3 plus 1, or no, 2, 1, and then 0. Again, this term is 0. So I get 6. So I still get 2, 4, and 6 for the first 3 terms, even if I use this new general term, general formula. How about x4 now? Is it still 8? Let's calculate. X4. We have to plug in 4 plus 4 minus 1 is 3 times 2 times 1. It is not 0. So I do have 8 plus 6, which is 14. See, I get a different number, 14. 4x4. It is not 8 in this case, but still the first three terms are 2, 4 and 6. So that's why I said that is not the only possibility. So if you use this formula, this general formula, then you still have 2, 4, 6 for the first three terms. However, the next term is not 8, it is 14. It's a different number. All right, now I know you have a question now. How did you come up with this formula? How did you derive this formula so that the first three terms are still 2, 4, 6 and the next thing is not 8? What I did was, now you can clearly see that this term, because of this term, the first three terms, for the first three terms, this piece gives you 0 because of these three, the multiplication of these three. Because if I plug in 1, this will be 0. If I plug in 2, this will be 0. If I plug in 3, this will be 0. So in any case, the whole term will be 0. So that I can still have 2 and 4, those three elements. However, when it comes to 4, since I don't have n minus 4 term, this term will not be 0 when it comes to n equals 4. So in that case, it doesn't give 8. It gives you another different number. So that's how I come up with a different, that's how I come up with this general formula, so that the first three terms are still 2, 4, 6. That's what I wanted. And next term is not 8. All right, so is that the only possibility? Now I got 8 in this thing and then I got 14. So there were 2 possibilities. Is that all? Can't we have another different possibility? Let's check. How about if I replace this plus sign by a minus sign? What do you think? Will it still give you 2, 4, 6 for the first three terms? Yes, it is, because this term is 0. It doesn't matter. It is a plus 0 or a minus 0. So, anyway, let's calculate. So now my xn is, 2n minus the same term. Let's calculate x1. I will get 2 minus exactly 0, right? Which is 2. x2, it is completely obvious. Again, 4 minus 0, 4. x3 is 6 minus 0, 6. However, what is x4? Is it 8 or 14? Let's calculate. We get 8 here minus, what do we get next? 3 times 2 times 1, which is 6. 8 minus 6 this time, not plus 6. 2. All right, so we get another different element for x4 if I use this formula. All right, so I got another different thing. So that I still have 2, 4, 6 for the first three terms, but a different one for the next term. It is 2. So far we got 3 possibilities. Here I got 8, here 14, and now I got 2. So there were so many possibilities. There are 3 possibilities. Now again, my question is that all? Not at all. So indeed, I can derive a formula so that the x4 or the next element is my favorite number, and still the first three terms are 2, 4, and 6. Let's see how to do it. All right, so what is your favorite number? I can't ask you, but let me take my favorite number. Okay, my favorite number. Since this is year 2020, I will take my favorite. I'm not sure about the spellings. I'm sorry about it if it is wrong. Favorite number. 2020. So I want x4 to be 2020. So let's see if I can come up with a formula or general term so that x1, x2, x3 are 2, 4, 6, but x4 is 2020. What if I do this? Now I had xn equals 2n plus my second possibility was this. Now when I plug in 4, this was giving 8 and this was giving 6. 8 plus 6, 14. I got 14. However, now I want 2020. So how do I get 2020? Now I'm not going to do anything to this term because I want to keep it, since I want 2, 4, 6 for my first three elements. However, since this term will give you 0 for those three terms, I can modify it by multiplying and dividing by constants. I don't do any change to this term for the first three terms of the sequence. If I multiply or divide by or divide by a constant. So what I do is, since I already have 8 here, what I'm missing to get 2020 is 2012, right? I want 2012. If I add to it 2012 and 8, I get 2020. So if this term is giving you 2012, then I'm done. But how do I get it? What if I divide this thing by 6 and multiply it by 2012? All right, let's check. So x1, what is x1? Now you don't have to worry about this term for x1 and x2 and x3 because you already know it will give you 0. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about that. So I just have this thing. So I still have x2, 4, x3, 6. Now let's check whether I get 2024 x4. That's what I wanted. If I plug in 4, I get 8 for the first term. And how about next one? I get 3 times 2 times 1, and then divided by 6 times 2012. All right, this top is 3 times 2 times 1, which is 6. So I can cancel these two. And the rest is 8 plus 2012. What is this? 2020. I get 2024 x4. So I get what I wanted with this formula. Okay. See how many possibilities do we have? Indeed, there are infinitely many possibilities. So we can have any number. We can get any number for x4, still keeping the first three terms as 2, 4, and 6. So I wanted to get not only 2020, let's say I want the number. Let's say, let's take a symbol. Let's say K. I want X4 to be K. K is any given number, your favorite number or whatever. So let's see how to modify the general formula so that again still first three terms are 2, 4, 6, but X4 is K. All right, so what can I do? I can do a similar type of modification as I did here. Here I changed. Now, what did I have? Why did I have 6 here? Because this was giving you 6 for n equals 4, and I wanted to cancel it. And this number, how about this number? This number was the difference between my favorite number and here 8. It is still giving you 8 here. So I wanted to have the difference between my number and 8 here. So what I'm going to do is now I take xn to be 2 times n still, because I want 2, 4, 6. And then n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3 divided by 6 times difference between my number, which is k, and 8. All right. Okay, now let's check. I'm not going to calculate x1, x2, x3. It is obvious that they are still 2, 4, 6. I will calculate x4 and check whether, let's check whether it is giving you k. I get 8. I get, you get 6 on the top and bottom. 6 is coming from this constant. And then k minus 8. What is happening? Cancel 6 and then cancel 8. What do you get? K. X4 is k. So by this formula, I can get k for x4. K is any number. All right. All right. So did you see how many possibilities we can have? There are infinitely many possibilities for the next element. So that the first 3 elements are still constants, 2, 4, 6. All right, so there is a warning now. Now, if you are taking an entrance exam or whatever, another exam, and you will probably see this type of questions. You have to recognize the pattern and you have to guess the next element. In that case, your teacher or the grader is expecting you to find the or recognize the most obvious pattern or the most obvious general term. Like here it is this 2n. So in that case, do it. Don't try to attempt this kind of approach, this kind of solution, because otherwise you will fail the test, because your teacher is expecting you to do so. You are supposed to recognize the common or the obvious pattern. So in that case, don't attempt this. However, if you are interested in learning math deeply, this is very important and useful, and it's a nice concept. So try to learn these things if you are interested in learning math deeply, but don't do it at the exams. Okay. All right. So I think you enjoyed this video. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please press the red button below and don't forget the bell icon. Press the bell icon so that you can get notifications as soon as I upload the videos. All right, so if you enjoyed, please like the video and share it with your friends. All right, have a nice day and stay tuned.